TV, what's going on? It's your boy Rody. I'm back with another album review for you guys. This time it's Rick Ross's 8th studio album, Black Market.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9.
It's the 10 crack commandments. Wow.
Now, like I said, this is his 8th studio album. So I did want to make sure I get a good listen to this because his previous 2 albums that he released last year really didn't fit for me. I feel like he just threw those out to get out of his Def Jam contract, which turned out to be the case so he could continue to push with his Maybach Music Group. Now, this album did have some nice singles that did release, Foreclosure being one of them, and a song he had with The Dream. I really did enjoy Foreclosure because it just really made it feel like Ross was back in his mentality of just sitting down and writing a storytelling rhyme. And I did enjoy that because the previous bodies of work that he released really kind of went to the left of, I'm the boss, the big flamboyant, get back to what you came in the game with, just writing some hardcore rhymes and that people can really feel. Now, with this album having 14 songs and 3 of them being on the deluxe album, I did give a chance to get really through this album fairly quick. I pretty much just listened to it back to back to back, and I was fairly impressed with the features. Now, y'all know how I feel about features from my previous reviews. It can be iffy depending on how well the artist incorporates them. I gotta tell y'all, he did extremely well, especially with my favorite song, hands down, on this album, he had with Nas. I mean, golly, boy, Nas came through and ripped it. This is the second album in a row that I reviewed that Nas has been featured on the album, and he just destroyed whoever he was on the song with. I mean, this is really going back to his Stillmatic days of just rapping real hard and grimy. Similar to how he did on Ether. He's just really bringing it back to that hardcore Nas rap. And he did rub off a little bit on Rick Ross, which helped him out on the track. And he kind of just threw the alley-oop, and Ross came in and dunked it. I mean, that's probably one of my favorite songs on the album. Now, to follow up with those features that I was telling you guys about that were done so well was Can't Say No with Mariah Carey and Very Best with Mary J. Blige. Now, both of these songs were amazing. I mean, they really did touch on Rick Ross being able to tend to the female fans, which, he's always been good with, showing that lavish lifestyle, that Maybach music talk that he likes to do. But the dope part about the song he had with Mariah Carey is that it's actually a sample of her original song, Can't Say No. So that's a pretty cool idea of featuring a song of the artist that you're sampling for the beat. I mean, that's a pretty dope idea in my opinion, and he actually pulled it off very well. Mariah Carey's very, very dope at singing, as most people know, and she comes through and uses her voice very simplistically and just brings a nice roundness to the song. And the same thing can be said about Very Best with Mary J. Blige. She's actually taking it back to the old school days back in Brooklyn when she was rapping, kind of rapping / singing, but it goes well with Rick Ross. Now, again, Rick Ross is kind of talking the same type of song, just rapping towards a lady, that lavish lifestyle, what I can do for you. But the hook is really what's still the song, and it's very simple. Again, it doesn't need too much. You got some of the legendary singers on the track. So in my opinion, those are very well done features on the album. Now, to take it back a little bit to the beginning of the album, it is called Black Market, so a lot of songs are geared towards, money and how you get the ways to get it. The first song called Free Enterprise with John Legend, and the second one called Smile Mama Smile with CeeLo Green. Both songs are done very well and start off fairly slow to kind of slow tempo towards the album. But I did enjoy how, again, he didn't really have too much singing from both artists on those songs. They just complimented him to kind of gear the album towards where he wanted to go. In my opinion, this album had really 2 sides of a coin. Either it's going to be the hard, dirty core rap, which is going to talk about the drugs and the money, and then the soft side of he's tending to the ladies and, I can do what I can, but your man can't. So it kind of put me in a weird place of like, he's juggling between these 2 styles, but it's not a real conscious line of where he's going with the album. It seems like he was just trying to throw this out to put good music out, which I'm not mad at. A lot of songs on here were very, very well done, but I just didn't get an idea where he was going with these songs. Now, to give you guys examples, there's 3 songs, for instance. There's Silk Road, Peace Sign, and Python Crocodile. Now, I try my best to really listen to albums and try to break down and decipher what they're talking about. Rick Ross did his absolute best to prove me wrong in trying to understand what he's talking about. He's deciphering and talking about things that I have no idea, but I can respect that he's rapping extremely well. His articulation and his tone and speaking ability, he's definitely in a place right now where he's confident in his rapping ability, but I wish he was also confident in trying to convey a story throughout a song. Even the titles, I couldn't really tie into what the hook was talking about or the song. Yes, the bars were very, very well done, but it was more like he was just grabbing a paint and just throwing it on the wall, like that's what you get. It wasn't any type of real direction or understanding of what he was trying to paint for you. It was just all there and just say, hey, digest it. Which, that may be good for others just to listen to, but for me, I really want to understand where you're coming from the song, as well as the whole body of work. What do these individual songs have to do with their main goal for this body of work? Now, while I'm reviewing this album, I'm updating myself on Twitter, trying to write down notes and even shout out some of the producers and artists that I see on the songs and tell them my opinions. One of my favorite producers of all time, as I've said in many other reviews, is DJ Premier. And as I'm showing on the screen right now, you will see that I tweeted him talking about the song that he wrote and produced called Black Opium. Now, I thought he made the beat and all that, but he actually only did, some of the production and scratching. But he tweeted me back and told me, yo, man, appreciate your love and all that, but this is the producer. But that really made my day. I mean, I can't tell y'all how excited I was to see that he tweeted me and just was like, yo, I see you. Now, I'm new to the whole YouTube and Twitter thing and talking and stuff like that, so it's really big deal for me to have a celebrity, especially somebody who I follow heavily, reach out to me and, compliment what I'm trying to say. So that was really cool for me. And the song is dope as well. I mean, Rick Ross goes in, understanding DJ Premier's idea of the scratches and is following them. And it's kind of cool that he's using Rick Ross's trademark throughout the beat. Even at the intro of the song, he does it, and at the end to kind of chop in with the beat. So I thought that was really, really cool. But I did have to show you guys that, hey, I'm starting to get famous out there. Even the hip-hop legendary producers are seeing your boy. So y'all make sure y'all stay with me, all right? Now, there are two honorable mention songs, in my opinion. That's Ghostwriter and Sorry featuring Chris Brown. Now, Sorry has ended up being another single, which a lot of people would flock to, of course, because it's Chris Breezy on the track. It sounds good, it's the same old Rick Ross anthem of hanging to the ladies, I can do better than your man can, and blah, blah, blah. But the second song called Ghostwriter is pretty good in my opinion as well, because it's giving a little bit of history on where Rick Ross started. With Slip and Slide Records, with Trick Daddy and Trina, he felt like he was done dirty with his ghostwriting abilities. He was never paid his correct dues, when they supposed to get paid those nice money for all that history that they writing. But he felt like he didn't get it, and that he's always going to be continuing to write harder rhymes and stay at the top. I guess he's still a little bit salty about that, which is fine. Hey, we always want to know a little bit more about our artists. But I did like the way that he came up with this song, showing that, hey, I did write a lot of rhymes for other people and didn't get my just dues. So to this day, I'm always going to go harder until people respect me. Now, the last thing I did want to mention on this album was something that was a little bit of a surprise to me, and maybe a surprise to you guys as well. A song called Color Money. Now, if we go back a little bit, way back months, probably in the early summer, there was a video that happened when Plies got jumped on stage by a fan, and he yelled out "Color Money," which turned out to be a phrase to his bodyguard security for help, assist me.
We can't be there close now, but let's go. Color Money.
So coming back to the album, the name of this track is called Color Money. Now, I believe that Drake is the target for this song. Rick Ross is coming to Meek Mill's protection saying, he made $1 million off his girls tour, and I got more money than the nigga that you signed to, and he's just kind of taking some hidden jabs. And if you guys take a listen to the Breakfast Club interview, he's really not denying it, but Rick Ross, he's the master of dodge and question, so he's probably doesn't really care if we say it or not, that we know. But I think that the song is interesting in the fact that this is the first time me seeing Ross come out in a more aggressive fashion, kind of aiming raps at somebody, aside from 50 Cent. And even in one of the first songs in the album, he had a cool little metaphor of saying he's trying to make peace with Killa's nemesis. Now, if most of you hip hop heads know, Killa is a nickname for Cameron. And Cameron and 50 Cent had a beef long time ago, so Rick Ross and 50 Cent have been having beef, and he's trying to say, hey, I'm trying to make peace with Killa's nemesis, which is 50 Cent. I did catch that in the lyrics, so I'm not sure if that's true or not, but it did make a connection. So it's cool to see that Rick Ross is using these underlying tones and kind of taking jabs, and also using his rapping ability to kind of put some things out there for people who are really trying to see it. So in my opinion, I think this album is definitely something that will be nice to listen to, but it's not going to be something probably most of you care about in the next couple months. Like I said, a lot of these things may go over people's heads and can't make too many connections, but I do still appreciate the production on this album and the definite appreciation of the lyrics. I mean, he really was rapping his ass off in this album, guys. You will definitely appreciate that. and the features. They definitely did compliment him. So, as usual, you know I'm gonna give it a Showdawee stamp of approval, or the dead Showdawee, and I'm gonna have to give this a Showdawee stamp of approval. So, I appreciate you guys tuning in for this review. Again, make sure you guys let me know down in the description any other albums you'd like for me to review and your opinions on this review or what you think of the album. I'll make sure to keep these good videos coming, and things are definitely going to be changing on my channel with the quality. I'm upgrading some stuff. As y'all can see, I may be a little bit more brighter. My light skin is shown because I got some lights and things now. So make sure y'all rock with your boys, share the videos, comment, and post them anytime you like. And I'll see y'all next time I see you. You know how Showdawee TV do it, baby. Showdawee TV out.